Hey Saab people, the B284, Saab's 2.8 V6 engine, otherwise known as the high-feature V6 in other places around the world, can be a great platform to daily or build, but it does have its fair host of disadvantages from the factory. As someone with a ton of experience with these cars, I've owned 6 of them, maintained them, and modified them over the years. I'm going to share 5 of my top modifications for them to make them more reliable. And with that, welcome back to the channel. My name's Javen, but you guys know me as Solving Saab. Let's get right into our top 5. I should clarify that most of these mods are going to be more geared towards DIY rather than just simple bolt-ons. And that is the way I want this video to be. There's a ton of videos on the internet about bolt-ons for these cars. It just rained outside, so everything's covered with water, but let's go ahead and open up the hood. To start off the list, I'm gonna go with the #1 mod that I recommend to every owner that has the 2.8, and that is the oil catch can. This is one of the most important additions you can make to your 2.8 car, and I will go ahead and explain why. Your intake pipe on the front of the car that runs into your turbo here can fill with oil right here and right in here. You'll notice a pool of oil if you ever take off this pipe. The source of the oil that runs into the intake is your crankcase breather on your valve cover. This usually goes around and into the top of your turbo here, and it spits oil down into the turbine and into this intake pipe. The second location, which is less commonly known, is that it comes from the breather on your oil dipstick tube, which usually routes around and into this hole. And what this does is it will actually prematurely dirty your mass airflow sensor and can cause it to have bad readings, which will cause your engine to run less efficiently. Also, what the oil will end up doing soon is going into your turbine in the turbo and going down into your intercooler system. And what this will end up doing is it will cause oil vapors to dirty your map sensor as well. The thing about both of these points is they have PCV valves on them, like this and like this. And typically when those go bad, they're either A, hard to find a replacement, or B, the lines are typically hard plastic and non-flexible and they break very easily. Now, if you guys want to see, this here is my oil catch can. I got this off Amazon. It was like $25. Pretty simple to set up. It came with the silicone hoses that I needed. I teed the oil dipstick tube with the check valve in line and the PCV hose with the check valve in line so that these attached easier right into the inside of the oil catch can, and then on the outside of the oil catch can, I put it right back into the turbo where it belongs, and the original hole from the crankcase breather on the oil dipstick tube, I blocked it off using a piece of plastic I had laying around. In short, adding a catch can will eliminate the oil going into your intake tube, whether it's because of a bad PCV valve or if it's just the system spitting it up, because both are very common. The biggest issue on the 2.8 engine is heat soak. Everything in this engine bay is so crammed that everything gets cooked. These next few mods are going to help you guys beat the heat. This one is going to be great for you guys in a hotter climate. Getting into our second mod. A super common issue for 2.8 owners in hotter climates is that on a warm startup, your engine will be misfiring and running poorly. Now, the reason that this happens is because your injector rail, which is directly under your intake manifold, you can see the edge of it right here, that metal piece right under the plastic there. The fuel inside your injector rail will be atomizing before you can get it into your combustion chamber or your engine, and this will cause it to run poorly. The mod for this is taking off your intake manifold and properly removing your injector rail and heat wrapping it using an insulated tape such as DEI. Doing this mod will prevent your injector rail from atomizing the fuel because it will be protecting it from the heat of the engine. Next up, let's free a little bit more space up in this engine bay, get some air gaps in between things to reduce heat soak. These next couple of mods are going to be a bit more involved, however. This mod, you are going to need a tune. This is your secondary air injection delete. I'll throw on a picture of a stock 2.8 engine bay, and I will circle the component we're looking at. If you have a 2007 B284, you're going to have a series of tubes that run up the front and the back of the engine, and this will connect onto the exhaust manifold. The 2008 plus engines, you will only have a front pipe. And you can see right here, that silver plate with the 2 bolts on it, that is your SAI block off. And you will have to remove the wire, the pump, and the tube assembly from the entire engine. The secondary air injection's job is to preheat the catalytic converter. And now this is completely useless, especially on cars that don't have a catalytic converter. That is why I've deleted it on mine. It's also a system that's prone to failure. Just want to have more room to work on the front of the engine and stuff of that nature. This is a really great mod to get into. However, like I said, you do need to get a tune to cancel out that engine light so that the engine can run without the system. When I first did this mod, I went with V-Tuner Stage 0, but that was many years ago when I first got this car. You can buy the SAI block-off plate right there from genuine Saab online. This next mod is going to make a serious gap in your engine bay. And you can probably already see, I'll throw up a picture of a stock 2.8 engine bay and then let you look right here. Basically, I have deleted the battery from the front of the car. I have done a battery box relocation into the trunk. I essentially ordered an eBay distributor. I cut off the positive lead to the battery and I put them inside the distributor block here and then put it into O gauge wire. I've ran about 15.5 feet of 0 gauge wire through the firewall and under the seats and carpet in the car into the trunk. So that's now where the battery sits. I had to run my ground in a couple of different areas to get the car to run right. For those of you that are gonna jump right in and wanna do this job and not wait for my tutorial that's coming up, the biggest thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to run a ground cable from the top of your transmission here to the side of your body. Those are both existing bolts, and you just need to buy this 10-inch cable, otherwise your car will intermittently not start. Doing this mod will free up a ton of space in the front of the car. It will help disperse the weight a little bit more evenly in the vehicle, and it will give you great access to your transmission. Not only that, but it's also going to help with heat soak because your battery isn't sitting here absorbing a ton of heat from your exhaust and turbo system. And in addition to that, your battery will have a longer service life because it's not getting hot and cold over and over again. And we have also moved all the wiring that typically sits around the turbo over here further away, so that will also protect your electronics. So this is a really great mod to do. It is a bit involved and requires a lot of patience though. Now that we have the space freed up, I can talk about a couple of mods. This is going to be a 2-in-1. I consider this to be one mod, but it's super important for those of you manual transmission drivers. Down under the turbo and on top of your transmission, you can see this clutch line and you can see this clutch bleeder. On the stock one, this is a rubber line with a metal insert, just like a regular brake line. And this here is a plastic bleeder. What happens is the end of this line is made of steel and it will corrode over time, which will cause a bad connection. And because the bleeder is made of plastic, it can't hold a good connection itself either. And the clip that holds it on, which is right here on the newer one, that will rust off, and when you go to press in your clutch, this line will blow off, you'll lose all clutch pressure, and you will be in a no drive situation because you can't shift, and you will be absolutely stranded. This has happened to me 5 times on the stock system until I replaced this with all stainless components. This line is a stainless one from genuine Saab that they make, and then this bleeder is from ZZP Performance for an F40 transmission. Now keep in mind that this system is really hard to bleed even if you're just replacing this line and this bleeder. I highly recommend either A, checking out the process on WIS, or B, going and seeing a shop and having them do it. Or just having someone who knows what they're doing do this, because this is the worst transmission I've ever had to bleed in my life. Also, that this bleeder is technically backwards or upside down. This connection is supposed to be down here, and this connection down here is supposed to be on this line up here. The reason I didn't mount it that way is because I wanted the bleeder facing the backside like it is on stock. If I had it the correct way, it would just be harder to bleed because the bleeder would be on the opposite side. Still works even though it's connected the wrong direction. Since installing these new components, I have had a better clutch feel. Even on top of having a twin disc clutch setup, this has made my pedal feel better. And also, I've never had the system fail on me since I switched to all stainless. Anyway guys, that's my top 5 video. Make sure to like and comment. If you want more, I have a ton more mods. As you can see, there's a lot of things done to this engine compared to that stock engine bay photo I showed you. I tried to talk about things that haven't been covered on YouTube before, and if you want any tutorials on how to do this stuff, I will go ahead and I will make them, post them for you guys. So make sure to leave a like, comment, and follow me on my Instagram. It'll be at the bottom left of the screen. Saab on, and I'll catch you in the next one.